Hola, hola, hola. Welcome to the Snippets News. I'm gonna start trying to go over news each month about stuff that I think is important in the movie business, maybe TV. Um, I would love to talk about video games, but I don't have enough time to do that. So moving on, I'll start doing this hopefully once a month. So far for the month of January, we have the regular Oscar nominations and award season. So it's a pretty good time to be looking out for cool movies. Um, Most movie theaters will go around showing Best Picture nominees around this time. So if you forgot to catch up to some movie, you can do that. Um, Now I want to start with a couple of non-award seasons news. Um, the first one that I thought was pretty shocking was that Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill are out of the new Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness due to creative differences. I was very excited about this movie, especially because Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill wrote a fantastic um, Doctor Strange movie. Um, but they are very known for their horror movies. Like their first movie they did together was phenomenal, and so uh, when Kevin Feige and Scott Derrickson told the world that Multiverse of Madness was gonna be the first true Marvel horror film, I was very excited about this. It doesn't seem like that's gonna be the case. Kevin Feige recently told news that it was not really horror, so it's probably gonna be toned down from what Scott Derrickson was planning, and so I'm kind of sad because horror movies are phenomenal, and having a horror movie into a superhero movie would have been great, especially since C. Robert Cargill and Scott Derrickson are phenomenal writers in that genre. Um, Another news that came out is recently on Reddit. There was a post about the script for a very different Star Wars Rise of Skywalker movie by Colin Trevorrow. So, who was gonna be directing the movie, and due to some differences and how Jurassic World, Fallen World uh, came about in the budget and earnings, he was taken out from direction, which apparently was a great relief for the cast. It seems the movie would have been a totally different way, and actually, I wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't because uh, Colin Trevorrow himself has said that that was his script, and so. Palpatine was not gonna be there. The bad guy was gonna be Kylo. There was no redemption. Um, there was a continuation of the Last Jedi, which, in hindsight, I can see some people not liking that, and so JJ obviously had different ideas. I am pretty sure that it would have shocked people. I think they did a good job with Rise of Skywalker. I would have loved that they would continue the ideas that were brought by The Last Jedi. Uh, and so it would have been so different. Honestly, I'm kind of glad Colin Trevorrow is a mixed bag. He has some hits and misses, and I don't think he would have been able to finish Star Wars as good. Like his script has shown a lot of potential, but that doesn't always translate very well when you put the final product in. Other than that, more Star Wars news. Taika Waititi seems to be have been approached by Lucasfilm and Disney to direct the Star Wars film. If you have seen The Mandalorian, you can see a couple of his episodes directed by him that are phenomenal. I'm actually super excited with what they're doing in that series and in that world for Disney Plus. Deborah Shaw, who directed the best episodes, in my opinion, of The Mandalorian, is going to be headlining the Obi-Wan movies. So Star Wars is in good hands with these people. They'll do a fantastic job with that. I would love to have Taika do his take on Star Wars. He did a phenomenal job with J.J. Rabbit, and a fun Star Wars movie can be done by him, and it will be phenomenal. But we'll see how it goes. He certainly seems like a busy person at this moment, and we can't see that it will be taking a couple of years for him to do that. I'm also hopeful for Rian Johnson to continue his own trilogy, Star Wars. He did, I think, in my opinion, did a phenomenal job with The Last Jedi. I can understand some people concerned about it, but having one vision for a whole trilogy would only strengthen it. And I think that was the problem with the current one. That JJ started it, and he kind of let it go for a little bit before being brought back, because I think it was mostly Colin Trevorrow's being off than Rian Johnson. So we'll see how it all goes. Of course, after this, Warner Brothers is trying to find ways to compete with Disney and other movie productions, and so they have, in what I think it's a little bit mind-boggling, decided to use AI to help with part of the selection process. Now that's not inherently bad if they're using it as they say they were gonna use it, which is to help them crunch the number faster in doing like festivals and all that stuff. But from what we hear, what we know about movies, sometimes these decisions cannot be made based on numbers. Sometimes the creative decisions need to be brought up with somebody with passion, and so I think there's more chances that this is gonna hurt Warner and the movie industry more than it's gonna help, because it focuses more on the numbers more than the material, and that can only mean that only the most movies that are gonna get greenlit are gonna be the ones that are the same, because that's the statistically what has worked before. And so I don't think it's a good move, but I mean, we'll see. They're moving ahead with that. Hopefully they know what they're doing. Other than that, I think that we can move towards the Oscars list of nominees. There already has been the Golden Globes and the SAG Awards, which is the awards, as well as some other film awards that have been going on. Parasite has been going strong. The whole cast won in the SAG Awards, the Screen Actors. So the Screen Actors Guild voted for that, and they voted for the whole cast for drama movie. They are phenomenal in that movie. So if you haven't seen Parasite, I would recommend it. The Oscars are usually hit or miss. There are some snubs, some because of the way it's voted. It's kind of ranked, so whoever gets more votes gets moved forward until like they have the list. The Joker got the most nominations so far. It's 11 nominations, including Best Picture and Best Actor, which, don't get me wrong, Joaquin Phoenix deserves that. He literally carries that movie. Without him, that movie would not be what it is. But there are some omissions that I think are very sad that we don't see. Awkwafina is not on the list of best actresses. Lulu Wang and Greta Gerwig are not on the list for best direction. The Farewell is not on the list of best movies, and there are so many movies and people that I believe should be nominated that it's weird how to feel. Otherwise, Parasite got nominated for foreign film and best picture, and I think that's a phenomenal thing, that a South Korean movie that has subtitles has been nominated for both. It totally deserves the nominations. I am cautious because I think it's gonna win foreign, and then they're gonna say that that's enough and not give it the best film. Among those contenders for Best Pictures, we have Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Time in Hollywood. So it's a good list of movies. It's a great thing. I think it's just weird. Some of the snubs, even the nomination would have been great. I mean, Aquafina just won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in Drama, and she did a phenomenal job. If you haven't seen The Farewell, I would totally just rent it on Amazon. It's worth the money, every penny. So things. I've come to the conclusion that it's good that we had the discussion. Not every Best Picture winner our attention very far, and so just if you think favorite movie in it, just talk to people about it, have them see it later, and create that discussion. The war season helps some movies that are still out, it doesn't others. And just talk to people about your favorite films. That always helps. And if there's a really good film, people will keep talking about it later on. It doesn't. I mean, nobody has talked about the Green Book since last year, and when it won, and everybody complained that it shouldn't have won. So just go watch what you want. Talk to people about it. People go to the movies, and the more people see a movie, the more chances are similar movies will be made. So take chances with stuff sometimes. And again, Parasite is phenomenal. It's one of those subtitles, so people don't really watch it, but those who do and take the chance have always come out being like, what the hell's going on? This seems amazing. So just talk about the movies you like. This is our first snippet news. I'm your host Ricardo Aristieta. I hope you like it. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram on this their addresses. We have a site, snippet reviews from Wix, which is a phenomenal site, and try to keep it updated. Again, like the videos, at least once a month, we'll pick up subject and talk about it. If you have any questions, send us an email to snippetreviews@gmail.com, and go to the movies. I hope you enjoy them. Tell people about us, and just keep talking about movies.